from LisaandtheBeanstalk.com. Today, we're going to be planting tomatoes. But first, I want you to take a look at a clip. And when you finish, we're going to come back and plant our tomatoes. Alright, we're back, and now it's time to plant our tomatoes. But first, can you tell the difference between these two plants? Well, both of them look the same, but they are completely different. Both are tomato plants. One is a determinate plant, and one is an indeterminate tomato plant. So, first, let's talk about determinate tomato plants. Determinate tomato plants are often called bush varieties. These plants grow max 3 to 4 feet tall. You can plant them in containers or in a small space if you don't have a lot of space in your garden. Or indeterminate tomato plants. Indeterminate tomato plants, well, you gotta have a little bit more room to grow these. They get really bushy and they get really tall. Some tomato plants can grow up to 10, that's right, up to 10 feet tall. So you definitely need some room if you're going to plant this. First, we're going to be planting our bush tomato variety. So notice the roots. We should have taken it out a little bit sooner, and we lost a little bit of root on the cup, but that's fine, we'll be fine. So the only thing we're going to do, we filled up our pot with some potting mix. You can mix in also compost if you like, and we're just going to loosen up the roots just a little so that when the plant is in the container, the roots will continue to spread out, and that's what we want. And it's also interesting to note with tomato plants is that they love to be planted deep. So we're just going to peel off a couple of the bottom leaves, because when we put this baby in here, we want it to have or to develop a lot of roots. So we're going to pull off the leaves, just the bottom leaves, and we are going to plant our determinate plant in the container. And if you could get a close-up, we're going to put this in really deep. And I'm actually going to add in more soil. So we're going to fill that up nice and good. And if you want to grow your bush variety in the ground, you can do that as well. You do not have to restrict yourself and grow it in a container just because it's a container variety. You can grow it also in the garden. And if you have a 3x3 or 4x4 garden, you can plant a lot of tomatoes. They should be planted at least 12 inches apart. And you can get a lot of tomatoes with your bush variety plants. Alright, so I think let me put a little bit more in there because we want to fill it up to the line. Alright. Alright, so once we have this in like this, we're just going to get our watering can. And we are going to water our tomato plant. And I'm probably going to add in just a little bit more potting soil, because you notice once we add in water, the soil drops a little. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so now you know how to plant a tomato plant. You know the difference between a determinate and an indeterminate variety. Oh, and one more thing. If you choose to plant a determinate or bush variety plant, do not prune that plant. Most people will prune, you don't have to, will prune the indeterminate plant. The indeterminate plant will produce fruit all season long. You can prune the indeterminate plant. The determinate plant you don't want to prune because it's going to produce all of its fruit at one time. And if you prune them and take away some of the flowers, you're not going to get that much fruit. So do not prune determinate plants. Alright, this is Lisa from Lisa and the Beanstalk. Thanks for watching.